Well, hello, and welcome back to another episode on the AthosCraft server. My name is ArseyRC, and as you can see, we have a few diamonds. And we have some more in our inventory as well. You'll notice that this episode is going to be a little patchy, and that's because with family around the house and in today's world climate, I haven't been able to record as much as normal, but so this episode will be a bit of a recap of what I've been doing. I've been playing lots. I've got a ton of progress done on my base over the last couple of weeks and so I want to give you an update of where we are and what we've been doing. So one of the first things you'll see is that in the back of the passenger compartment here, I've added the engine. I used some campfires and some cookers and some blast furnaces, etc. in order to make it look like an engine with smoke coming out of it. I added the propeller to it, and I think that looks pretty good. So then up on the Zeppelin balloon itself, I added some blast furnaces, some glowstone, along with these iron bands that run all the way around the outside of it. And the idea of those bands are what's going to connect the passenger ship to the Zeppelin balloon, and that's how it actually stays connected. So far, I'm really liking this. So let's step back and have a look at what it looks like from a bit of a distance. There we go. I'm liking it. Yeah, I think it looks really, really good. So we're going to leave it for now. I think it's a good design right now. We're going to leave it, and then we're going to come back and do some more work on it later. But I want to get working on the main part of my base now. So I'm sort of really getting tired of this whole mess that's over here. So I think what we need to do is we've got some big plans for this, and I've changed my mind a couple times, but I think I've got my plan now. So all these farms and everything that I've built up here, we're going to basically tear it all down and we're going to start all over again. We've got cactus farms and berry bush farms and all kinds of stuff, but we're going to tear it all down. All this wood, the bridges, the portal, everything. Everything is going down. And so I want to have a fresh, clean slate. So we also have, oh, what's this? Ah, thanks from Star. So Falling Star, I had loaned her a beacon when she was building that build over there. And so she's just returning that. So it's perfect timing because we need a couple beacons because we want to have some speed and some haste and be able to do this nice and quickly. Although it's going to be several hours work, we're going to go ahead and grab these, set up a beacon, and then we are going to get to some digging. I'm going to do this in the form of a third-party time lapse. Hope you enjoy. So after several hours, about 4.5 actually, we have this area all clear and ready to go with a clean slate. That took a long time, but we got a lot of resources out of it. We got a lot of stone and grass, so I think I'm going to use that grass and cover this little bay here with grass as well and make the ocean out a little further. The build I have in mind is a lot bigger than what the land I have here is, and so I need some more land. And as well, I'm going to expand sideways into this bay a little bit. I may have to redirect the river afterwards. But in the meantime, while I was caving and putting some lighting in, I did discover that there was a slime chunk right here. So I'm going to take advantage of that and dig out a one chunk hole here right down to bedrock to try and get some passive slime. Somebody else is selling slime on the server, but curly, but it's super expensive, and so I'm not going to pay those prices. So I'm gonna have my own passive slime farm just for my own use, and if it turns out to be really good, maybe I'll sell some. But in the meantime, I also want to do a creeper farm, and I think I'm going to do it up in the sky and integrate it as part. Oh, I missed a piece of wood. Got to get that wood. So while I'm getting the wood, I'm going to put a creeper farm up in the sky, and again, just passive gunpowder. Somebody is selling rockets on the server. Curly, but they're really expensive. And so, yeah, again, just a passive farm for my own use and rockets, and if I end up getting quite a few, then maybe I've got some extra to sell. We're going to go ahead and dig this slime chunk out, and then we're going to build a creeper farm, and we'll be back. Alright, so a couple things. One, you can see I got a new texture pack on, which shows me chunk borders and lighting. And as you can see, I've dug out the slime chunk. Now, nothing was spawning down there, and I was trying to figure out why, but now I realize that we have the mob despawner mechanics on the server. And that means that anything that's more than about 60 blocks away from us will despawn automatically. With the surface being at 64 and this being dug down to level 5, basically if I move anywhere away from this chunk whatsoever, then everything's going to despawn and I won't get any slimes. So I do have to build a platform about 20 levels up, around y equals 25, and that'll allow me to get spawns that won't despawn with me just working in general around the base. And so that's sort of the idea, just passive mob spawning while I'm working around the base. In the meantime, I've also got what's called Danger Close resource pack on, and what that does is it shows me all the areas that are actually spawnable. Yellow means it's daytime, so nothing's gonna spawn right now, but as you can see there, we just had a skeleton spawn, and so the red means it's actually spawnable right now, and that's because we're in the shadow of the Zeppelin up here. So it's time to light this up. So I've got a bunch of torches in my inventory here, and we're going to use this texture pack to sort of pick a pattern to light it up. So you can see there, as I put the torch down, these areas are not spawnable anymore. The chunk borders have always been a problem in Minecraft for spawnable areas, so we're definitely going to make sure we're covering both sides of a chunk border. That way we can't get that lighting glitch that appears with the chunk borders. This area is pretty much lit up already, but we'll add some more torches here. We don't want any. We want this entirely not spawnable. Two reasons. One, we actually have a rule on the realm saying you must light up your area for it not to be and control those spawns, and that's so that one person doesn't end up using up the mob cap if they go AFK type of thing. And the other reason is it makes our mob farms that we do build really effective. So if we have a bunch of people on the server and none of them have lit up their areas and they're spawning a bunch of mobs in their area, then that means that we're using up the mob cap and people can't run their farms efficiently. Alright, now that we have the slime chunk dug out, we'll get some slimes going there. We're also going to go ahead and build the creeper farm. And so we're going to use a design that I saw Slack Lizard and Foxy No-Tail use on theirs. And we're going to do this out of blue terracotta, which is actually sort of a purple color. It's probably going to end up being totally inside of a build, but I thought that this sort of purpley color was sort of good to fit with the steampunk theme. But obviously we're going to need a bunch of scaffolding. And then we're also going to need a ton of buttons because we're going to surround the entire area with buttons. So let's go ahead and grab some scaffolding here. Okay, one more. There we go. So that puts us at 105. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go out here. You can see the chunk borders. I'm going to use gaps of 3. I'm going to go 4 wide. So that's going to be 12 plus 5. So we're going to be just 1 wider than the chunk. So I think that this will work out nicely. So we're going to go ahead. So a gap of 3. And then across like so. Gap of 3. Across like so. And basically we're going to make a whole grid of these. So let's go ahead and mark these out. Alright, there's the first layer done. Now what we're going to do is I didn't bring the buttons up with me, but what we're going to do is we're going to fill all these sides here with buttons and the outside as well. And then what we're also going to do is put a 1 space gap, and then we're going to put this all the way around the outside. Like so. And this is going to be a wall that's going to totally encase this thing, and that's so that we'll get spawns during the day as well, because we'll make it nice and dark inside here. Alright, so we've got the roof on this thing. Let's go down inside and have a look. Hopefully, let's get a bow ready in case there's some spawns in here. Okay, so no spawns on this level. But as you can see, it's pretty dark in here. So as you can see, though, we got the buttons all on. We've got trapdoors on the roof. And we are ready to go. So we just want to light this up a little bit so that we can check to make sure that we've got all the components of it that we need done. So the buttons and the trapdoors, etc. Oh, I am missing right here, trapdoors. That would be disaster. So go ahead and get those trapdoors in. There you go, so we don't get zombies spawning. And so we're going to go ahead and double check each layer. Ah! And there's a totem used up. That's funny. Alright, we are just about done lowering this wall by 4 blocks. This has been a scary thing as they're actually, because it's so dark in there, they've actually been spawning while I've been in here. But thank goodness that they don't spawn within 20 of you, so they are spawning on the far corner when I'm out there. So let's just finish closing this in. This is the dangerous part right here because they could actually spawn right above me. But we'll go ahead and get rid of these last 2 blocks there. And now, whew, I think we're done. We can get the scaffolding down. And as you can see on the ground here, some mobs have been falling, so some spiders and some of that. So we're gonna get a railroad track system set up here, and a hopper minecart, so we can get this collection system going. There we go. So you can see there's some creepers. That's what we want to see. The gunpowder. I love it. So there's 3 gunpowder, and all I'm doing is sitting here doing this. So yeah, there we go. Yes. Perfect. So they are falling. There we go. Crash. Love it. Love it. So this isn't the best creeper farm that you can do on the server, but this is a really decent one for getting passive gunpowder. And so I'm going to be working on this base for weeks and maybe even months. So the entire time I'm working on it, this farm will be spawning creepers and I'm having them fall to their death. So I should get enough gunpowder to have all the rockets that I need. Curly, I love you, but your rockets were too expensive, so I made my own. So now I can make my own. So alright, so now that we've got that, let's get the railroad tracks in. Let's get the slime farm finished up at the bottom, and then we can start working on the build itself. Alright, so you can see I've got the hole done. I went ahead and at the bottom level there, it's around y equals 25 or so, 24. And I had to do this because the surface spawns were at 64 and we have a despawning thing. So if they were more than 50 away, they were despawning. So in order for the slime farm to work well, I had to put a platform in there. And then I've got the iron golem and some hoppers in there. So I don't know why slimes are spawning down here. This is all half slabs. But anyway, so you can see that I've dug out quite a bit of area here. I have some plans here. I think I'm going to put the sorting system down here so that all the farms that are going to be up above can unload into the sorting system. So up here, I've got a collection system for the slime that comes down. There's a 5x5 hopper grid. As you can see, the slime farm has been doing pretty well. And this is just with me messing around at my base since I finished digging the hole. So it's doing really, really well, and I'm really happy with it. I'll have all the slime that I need. And you've probably seen a bit of a hint of it already, but I started my new build for the actual base itself. And there's the build so far. So you can see it is a big track system. You're going, what's with the track? Well, it looks pretty good. I'm really, really happy with this so far. And so the idea is this is only one of the tracks, obviously. There's 2 tracks to a tractor. You can see we actually even had to come out into the water, so we're going to have to extend this land out into the water. Ooh, there's some few drowns down there. Anyways, we have to extend this out into the water, the land. And then we're going to have to make another one of these monstrosity things. And it's going to go over right about here, I think. And so you can hear my conduit down there. It's going to go right about here. And so what will happen is then there'll be a platform between these two. And if you've seen the movie Mortal Engines, you'll see that we're going to build one of these mobile or moving cities. So we're going to fly around and have a quick look at this. And you can see that track looks absolutely awesome. So we've been sidetracked again. Job has us out in the mesa biome, throwing some eggs into a big pit here. We keep hitting each other, and the idea is we're gonna have to do a wither fight and get some wither roses. So, oh, I hit one.
They don't take damage. Oh.
But you do that.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm aiming for the middle of the...
That's right, I was aiming for the sides. Oh, the two of them just jump back in the hole again. There you go.
Yeah,
so
they're going towards the mothers.
Oh my goodness. How many shockers of eggs did you have?
9. I was going to do 10, but I thought that might be overkill.
How long did it take you to get these eggs?
A week. Oh, lag is getting really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, you got 2 4s out of that.
I know, that was crazy. and 2 singles. That was the best stack ever.
Don't fall in there.
I've got an elytra and rockets, so I can get out.
Do you think you could get that off in this lag?
No, but...
I have an Ender Pro. Just saying, for every chicken, it's just another rose.
Will he destroy the roses? So we should collect them quickly and
I
go put them somewhere. Yeah. And then run away while I distract? Is that the idea?
I was just going to throw an Ender Pro really high and jump in after the roses, and then... if that makes sense.
It does, but weird.
I'm going to aim for the other side, and then I'll throw the third one in the middle. Hopefully we'll get them all.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Go.
Oh, poor guys. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, boom! Oh my goodness! Look at all those chickens die.
Oh,
get in there! Get in there! Get those roses before he blows them up.
God, I got 12 points of experience there. 12 levels, I mean.
It's actually not as much as I thought you would.
Oh, it's a lot of stacks. Ooh.
Oh, he's almost dead. Go, let's get him. Ow!
Oop, did I hit you? Sorry.
That's okay. Retreat! Retreat! Nice, that was easy.
Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Get your star?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
That's all the roses.
Nice. Almost 9 stacks.
Yeah.
Sweet. So that was a lot of fun out helping Job get some wither roses. Good to see that all the lag we caused and killing Curly and a few things with the lag didn't go for nothing. But unfortunately, we can get back to the base building next episode. That's all the time I have for today. So please don't hesitate to hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.